Hello everybody, LrodGames here, and today's featured comment is kind of unconventional. I made a post in the Dolphins subreddit which basically advertised this YouTube series for anyone interested, and I got a reply here from Given Kittens who says, "Hey, just thought I'd give a little feedback. When you make a playlist of videos, put them in sequential order. That way if I want to watch the whole series, I don't have to click at the end of each video to get to the next one in the series. Game Grumps does it that way for a reason." Thank you for the feedback, Given Kittens, and I took your feedback into account and I rearranged the playlist, so now if you start from the introduction video, or basically any video with another one after it, for instance, if you start from week 13, after the video ends, it'll take you to week 14 and then 15 and 16. So that's basically how it works. I fixed the order of it. So thank you for the feedback, and if you would like to be featured in next video, all you have to do is leave a comment. Thank you, and here's the video you've been waiting for. Week 17, the final week of football is here. In Sun Life Stadium, your Miami Dolphins will go up against their division rival, the New York Jets, to try to clinch a playoff berth. Rookie head coach Dan Shula has led us to a 9-6 record, but we'll need to move that record to 10-6 to clinch a wild card spot. This looks to be a great game, but don't focus on the pregame hype. Let's take the field and play some football. Geno Smith takes the field, 15 touchdowns, 14 picks on the year, but under 50% of his passes have connected. Here on first down from the 23-yard line, Geno Smith takes a snap and hits up rookie tight end Jason Morrow, who spins out of a tackle, and he is running down the field with nobody in front of him. It'll be up to Rashad Jones to take him from behind, and he finally does. He tackles him at the 14-yard line after that 63-yard catch and run. Man, this team has to tackle better. This is a must-win game, playoffs on the line, and you can't be letting guys break free like that. From the 14, shotgun formation, tight end goes in motion, and the handoff goes to Chris Johnson. He gets his first carry and picks up about 5 yards, leaving the Jets at the 9-yard line. Next play, handoff goes right back to Chris Johnson. He breaks a tackle, and he's in the end zone. 7-0 Jets, just like that, on Chris Johnson's 50th career NFL touchdown. This one looked easy for him as he just shook off KJ Wright, and that definitely is not an easy thing to do, especially after what the defense just showed on that last drive. The fate of the Miami Dolphins lies on this man's shoulders, Ryan Tannehill. From the first play here, screen pass goes to Mike Wallace. A great block by Brandon Gibson gives Mike Wallace some free running room, and he picks up almost 30 yards on the first play from scrimmage. It's a great start for our Miami Dolphins, but let's see if they can keep it up here on 3rd down and 9. 2 plays later, and no, Sean Moreno cannot haul that pass in. He probably would have been tackled behind the line anyways, but he drops that pass, and Dolphins are forced to give the ball back right to this Jets offense, which has been so great so far. And speaking of so great, Chris Johnson is gone. 80 yards from the first play of the drive, and just like that, when the Dolphins defense was trying to shore up, they just gave up a huge touchdown and put themselves in a 14-0 hole, and now this game just got much tougher for this Dolphin team. It's still the first quarter, but the Dolphins would really like to start things sooner rather than later. Tannehill on the first play of the drive hits up Mike Wallace, but the safety makes a great play on him and knocks the ball out of Mike Wallace's hands. 2nd down and 10. Pitch goes to Sean Moreno on 2nd and 10, and he runs for 6 yards before being pushed out of bounds. Now on 3rd down and 4, Dolphins really need to get this drive extended. Charles Clay is hit up in the flats, but tackled 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Dolphins forced to punt once again. Couldn't have asked for a worse start for this Dolphin team, as Chris Johnson takes a carry for about 5 yards. Now 3rd down and 6, Dolphin defense really needs a stop here, and Jace Amaro extends this drive, and another spin move extends the play. And Jace Amaro has been showing off his athleticism today. 2 great spin moves so far. 2nd down and 9, and that pass sails over the head of the defender. Stephen Hill was the intended receiver, but it also looks like the cameraman was too. A big 3rd and 9 here, and Eric Decker is wide open, and he just flat out beat Cortland Finnegan, and defenders had a hard time taking him down. He's finally out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Jets, who already possess the 14-0 lead, and this game could get a lot worse very soon. 2nd and goal here from the 4-yard line, Geno Smith, and that pass, it bounces off a bunch of receivers and I think a defender also. And now it is 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Dolphin defense needs a stop, and they get one as KJ Wright knocks down Jacoby Ford 1 yard short of the end zone and prevents the touchdown. This will now be a 17-0 game instead of 21-0. Can the Dolphins finally get something going? Mike Wallace is hit up and finally hangs onto the ball. That hit was not hard enough, and he makes his second catch. Now Dolphins run hurry up to try to get another play in before this quarter ends. Very unconventional, and Mike Wallace is hit up again. And the Dolphins will finally get some momentum, ending the quarter here. Still have 0 points on the board, but at least it looks like they're getting a drive started. Knowshon Moreno gets a handoff on the very next play. First play of the second quarter, he picks up 3 yards. Now 3rd down and 7. Dolphins really need a conversion here and to get a drive going. And Mike Wallace goes down for that catch. And he picks up his 4th catch of the day. He's been all over the field recently. And this drive is extended now on 2nd down and 8. Knowshon Moreno with great blocks from the offensive lineman runs right into the end zone, completely untouched by defenders. Touchdown Dolphins, and they cut this lead down to 10. Very manageable game now, still in the first half. Jets have the ball back now at the 20-yard line. Receiver goes in motion, and Geno Smith hits up Jason Morrow once again, but this is the best job of the Dolphin defense tackling him, as now he only picks up 7 yards, way better than his last 2 catches. Chris Johnson gets a handoff and spins a defender out of his cleats. And I think Koamisi is going to have to sit out a few games with broken ankles after that play. Oh my god, was he just destroyed with that spin move. Chris Johnson picks up a first down on the very next play, and now he gets the ball right back, and he takes a huge hit, but still picks up 5 yards. And we're going to have to do something to try to stop him, as this run defense has been pretty poor today. 2nd and 5, Jets going back to the pass, but Geno Smith is met in the backfield by a safety blitz, and he cannot get that pass off. Now 3rd down and 5 for the Jets. Screen pass goes to Chris Johnson, and he picks up the first down, takes a huge hit, and gets injured on the play, as Rashad Jones laid the wood. And now Chris Ivory is in the backfield, and it doesn't appear they lost much as he picks up 9 yards, almost 10, on his first carry. But we'll have to monitor that Chris Johnson injury as Chris Ivory gets another carry and picks up 16 yards on his second carry. It does not look like the Jets are losing much from that Chris Johnson injury. 2nd and goal, and Jace Amaro takes a huge hit, and he is injured now as Cortland Finnegan laid the wood on him. After the injuries, Jets deciding to go back to the pass. This ball bounces off receivers back and into the awaiting hands of Rashad Jones. Touchback Dolphins, and we are back in possession. A huge stop for the Dolphins there, as the Jets were about to score but ended up with 0 points. Tannehill takes a bomb to Jarvis Landry, and that pass is connected with as a safety. Made a risky move, and a lot of times when you make a risky move, you get burned. That's what happened to the defender here as he went for the interception, but Jarvis Landry was having none of that. Great ball placement by Tannehill. Now from the 29-yard line, Knowshon Moreno takes a handoff, and a nice display of power at the end of that run leaves him with a 9-yard carry. Now the 20-yard line, a minute left here in the first half. Tannehill taking his time, letting routes develop, and Jarvis Landry comes away with a 17-yard catch, leaving the Dolphins at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Tannehill with a quick pass to Jarvis Landry, touchdown Dolphins, and this lead is down to 3, originally 17-0, but Dolphins are happy to go into the half, down 17-14. And by the way, guess who gets the ball back in the second half? Yeah. On 2nd and 10, handoff goes to Knowshon Moreno, and he is wrapped up by a defensive lineman, still picks up 5 yards though. Now a big 3rd and 5 here for the offense. Tannehill takes his time and hits up Jarvis Landry, and Charles Clay with a great block gives Jarvis Landry running room and allows him to pick up that first down. Now 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Handoff goes right back to Knowshon Moreno, and he runs upfield for 5 yards. Dolphins 2 for 4 on 3rd down so far. Here 3rd down and 5, play action to Knowshon Moreno, and the pass is incomplete. Deion Sims was the intended receiver, but he dropped that pass. Might have not even been first down with the catch. Geno Smith pressured on first down from the Jets drive, and he is sacked by Earl Mitchell. 2nd down and 18, now at their own 3-yard line. 2nd down handoff goes to Chris Ivory, and a nasty stiff arm on Brent Grimes lets him stay on his feet. He ends up picking up 12 yards and makes this a more manageable 3rd down and 6. From shotgun, Geno Smith takes a snap and hits up Jason Morrow, who's back on the field, but he can only pick up 3 yards. It is now 4th down, still inside their own 20. Have to punt the ball to the Dolphins, who start off with great field position at the 47-yard line, and on the first play, they hit up Jarvis Landry, He makes his 5th catch. As you see, Tannehill has amazing stats so far. 2nd down and 8. They'll pitch the ball to Sean Moreno, and he turns the corner and picks up the 1st down. Finally tackled from behind by a defender, but still picks up the 1st down. Dolphins now right outside the red zone. Poised at the 21-yard line, they'll hand off the ball right back to Sean Moreno, and he picks up almost as much yards as the last run. 11 on this play, bringing his total up to 60 on only 10 carries. Now Dolphins at the 10-yard line, but not quite 1st and goal. Tannehill taking his time and hits up Dion Sims, making up for the drop with a 10-yard reception. Leaves the Dolphins at the 1-yard line, 2nd down and inches. Tannehill takes himself over the defensive line, and he gets a touchdown for the Dolphins as he helicopters his way into the end zone. Dolphins were down 17-0, but just like that, after 21 unanswered points, they now have the lead back, and we'll have to see how the Jets function from behind. First play, let's see what they do. Pass goes to Stephen Hill. A nice way to start off their drive with a nice little 12-yard reception. As we see the stat comparison, Tannehill definitely having the better of days. From the 34, Geno hands off to Chris Ivory, and no linebackers in the middle of the field to stop Chris Ivory. Finally met and tackled after 14 yards. That looks like it could have been a lot worse if he had broken a tackle there. But no tackles will be broken here as Deion Jordan comes in and stops Chris Johnson 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd down and 13. Geno takes a snap from shotgun formation and unloads to a wide open Jacoby Ford, who runs right into the end zone completely untouched. I cannot believe that Brent Grimes was burned that bad. Completely blown coverage by the cornerback and safety. Jets have the lead back and Dolphins down by 3. First play of the drive and the quarter. Pass goes to Charles Clay. Only his 2nd catch on the day. Jets have done a great job of quieting our tight end. Sean Moreno takes a 2nd and inches handoff for 9 yards, leaving the Dolphins at the 40-yard line. At the 40, Dolphins deciding to pass. Tannehill finally hits up Dion Sims for his 2nd catch. He picks up the 1st down. 12 yards on the catch. Dolphins in Jets territory. Tannehill taking the snap from shotgun formation and give that defender a map. He was lost. Mike Wallace burns him, and that is a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins, giving them the lead back in the 4th quarter. Now up by 4, and when I say lost, I mean completely lost. He gambled on this play, but it wasn't even a good gamble. He was behind the receiver. That made no sense at all. He'll get a scolding by Rex Ryan. After the touchdown, remember it's still a 1-possession game here. Geno Smith on the first play, and that pass is picked off by Will Davis. Dolphins back in possession after the interception by Will Davis. He's still on his feet, finally tackled by an offensive lineman, but leaves the Dolphins inside the 35-yard line. They'll start off their drive in field goal territory. Here now at the 30-yard line on 2nd down and 7, Charles Clay with a dump off, and he picks up 4 yards, leaving the Dolphins at a 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3, Tannehill takes a snap, drops back. Oh no, that's a fumble. Luckily, the Dolphins can recover this ball, but this knocks the Dolphins back at the 43-yard line as Muhammad Wilkerson comes in with a forced fumble that was greatly needed for these New York Jets. This knocks the Dolphins out of field goal territory. They're forced to punt here. Brandon Fields trying to knock them inside the 10-yard line, but Will Davis cannot catch up to that ball quite fast enough. Touchback for the Jets. They'll start at the 20-yard line. Geno Smith, first play of the drive, will hit up Jeremy Curley, and that was a very dangerous pass as Will Davis was right there. I have no clue how that got behind him, so I guess the Jets are 1 for 3 on gamble so far. Good block here by the offensive lineman, puts the defender into a spin cycle, and Chris Ivory picks up 23 yards and puts the Jets not only into Dolphin territory, but also into field goal territory. But that Cameron Wake sack takes him right out of field goal territory. Backs him up at the 46-yard line. A great sack by Cameron Wake, and it couldn't have come at a better time with under 3 minutes left here in a crucial game. Jay Samara was hit up on 2nd and 22, only 7 yards there. They'll need way more than that, but that puts Jay Samara over 100 yards. Now a huge play here, 3rd down and 15. What will happen? Geno Smith takes the snap, taking his time, throws the ball deep, and picked off by Brent Grimes. Interception for the Miami Dolphins, and they take back possession on Brent Grimes' 20th career interception. And oh my gosh, we were just talking about how this couldn't have come at a better time for Cameron Wake's sack. Well, how about this interception? Dolphins back in possession, and with a few first downs, they could clinch a playoff berth. From 1st and 10, Knowsham Reynolds takes a handoff, but he is met. Only 1 yard gained on the play. Quentin Coples on the tackle. 2nd down and 9 here. Obviously, right back to Knowsham Reynolds. Takes up a few more yards here, but only 3. Now 3rd down and 6. A big 3rd down and 6 here for the Dolphins. Play action goes to Knowsham Reynolds. Reynolds open, but Tannehill will take it by himself and pick up the 1st down. Not only will he do that, but he'll slide inbounds and burn a Jets timeout. Now there's under 2 minutes left in the game, so the 2-minute warning is gone, and the Jets only have 1 timeout left. So if the Dolphins get a 1st down from here on out, this game is over. 1st and 10. 1st down is not picked up on that play. In fact, no yards are picked up on that play. 2nd down and 10. Fake to the fullback. Now pitch to Knowsham Reynolds, and they can't pick up much on that trick play, only 2 yards. Now a huge 3rd down and 8. This could clinch a playoff spot if this is converted. 3rd down and 8 with the play clock grinding down. Tannehill finally takes a snap. There's an offsides penalty, but it doesn't matter. Dolphins pick up the 1st down, and this game is over. We move up to 10 and 6, and we are going to the playoffs. Oh my gosh. For the first time since 2008, your Miami Dolphins will be in the playoffs. They secure this wild card spot with the 4-point thriller victory over their division rival, the New York Jets. What an amazing way to close out this season. And now, let's see who will play next week in the wild card round. The Cleveland Browns. Oh my, this looks to be a great game, as we were dominated in week 1 by these Browns, but now we've gained our composure and we're back, and oh boy are we hungry for a playoff victory.